got some spice, that's for sure.
I had to devour it so I could keep Leslie out of it.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back again for another Disney dining review. This is a series that we just announced and I'm very, very excited. The first one hasn't even published yet, but it should go live here very soon over Gico, which was fantastic.
Yes.
But go check that out.
Today, we didn't really plan it.
No, we did. Totally planned, an orchestrated, well-oiled machine over here. We know what we're doing.
Right, because last night we went, tomorrow is National Margarita Day, and we just happened to, on the day of recording, it is National Margarita Day, and we happen to be going to Frontera Cocina in Disney Springs.
So Frontera Cocina is a restaurant by Rick Bayless. It opened in 2016. I'm excited to eat here. Now, we've eaten here twice before.
Mm-hmm. The first time we were less than impressed, but then
they just opened though.
They had just opened, and it wasn't the flavors of the food or anything, it was the portion sizes for the amount of money that we spent. They did some menu revamping and we went back and we were kind of blown away. So I'm super excited to see how we feel about it today.
Yeah, it was very, very good last time. If you haven't checked out the podcast yet, we have a podcast that publishes twice weekly every Sunday and Wednesday evening. It's called Addicted to the Mouse. We've been doing it for coming up on 5 years now, if you can believe that. It is a deep dive into Disney and then a little bit about us and our move to Orlando, so check that out.
Yes, absolutely, and if you want to plan a vacation, we would love to help you out. You can find us over at fantasticalvacations.com to learn more. Okay, so we have checked out the menu this time. Honestly, so we're going into this, once again, we want to go with the server's recommendations. So we're gonna find out what's the most popular things, what they recommend. Definitely gonna get a couple of margaritas.
We are going in, with the server's recommendations. We're gonna ask them probably though, what are the two most popular margaritas today? Just because it is National Margarita Day and we feel like we have to. We're wearing the shirts. If you don't know, one of our favorite margaritas on Disney property is at La Cava del Tequila in the Mexico Pavilion over at Epcot. And that's where the shirt margarita is. Yeah, it's the avocado margarita, but the La Cava avocado margarita at Frontera Cocina mimics that avocado margarita.
Are you hoping that he recommends that?
We're gonna see what they recommend.
I don't think there's anything on that menu that I would be sad if they recommended, really, for as far as starters, entrees. And I really hope that they recommend the Cuatro Leches for the dessert, because we've had that before and it is.
We're gonna rate this thing on ambiance and theming, service, drinks, food, and then overall quality. Come with us. We're gonna go right now. We are leaving to go to our noon reservation for lunch, and then we'll be back here in the studio wrapping up and giving our ratings and thoughts.
Let's do this.
Frontera Cocina, let's go.
All right, so it is National Margarita Day. So excited about this, that we happen to be at a Mexican restaurant for this day. So there is a special margarita that they're doing at Frontera Cocina for National Margarita Day. So we're starting with that, and it's like a margarita that's topped with champagne. Never had that before.
This was only $7, so we tried these. That is weird. It's super weird. Yeah, it's a little watered down because the ice is a little bit melted and you got like a little bit of champagne flavor with a margarita underlying taste. It's weird.
That is bizarre. He recommended the guacamole. They don't do the bacon one right now, but they have a seasonal one that he said has been very popular, and it has a strawberry pico de gallo on top of it. The strawberries aren't like overpowering. I actually could use a little bit more strawberry, I think.
A little strawberry in there. strawberry adds a little bit of freshness and a sweetness to it. It's different. It's not bad, but I'm kind of with you. It's like it could use a little bit more. It's just very, very faint. The guacamole in general, very good. It's very soft. It's not like, there's chunks in it, but it's like whipped. It's like a creamy guacamole.
There was like a little like flash of blue as I was scooping some of the guacamole on my chip, and there was like a little bitty piece of like, I don't know, paper or something. We kind of flagged the waiter over and he immediately offered to get us a new one. So I think the service of that is just fantastic. So hopefully there's not more paper. After the special National Margarita Day margaritas that were okay, I mean, with the champagne topping, we actually ordered what he recommended, the Illegal Paloma. So this is a margarita that has Fever Tree pink grapefruit soda in it. That's really good. Okay, so you have to like grapefruit because there is a strong grapefruit flavor there. It's got a very refreshing feel to it with that grapefruit flavor.
So I actually ordered the Play with Fire margarita. I kind of had free reign since Leslie got the one that they recommended. So this has a cucumber jalapeno juice mixed with the lime and the mezcal. Should be a little spicy if those peppers are any indication. It's got a little bit of kick to it, but the cucumber juice like really comes through. So you've got that kind of like tranquil spa type of refreshingness with a little bit of spice, a little bit of heat.
We ordered the Cochinita Pibil slow roasted tender pork. He basically said that it just like melts in your mouth. I'm so excited to try it. It has black beans, a poblano rojas, some pickled red onions on it, as well as a habanero salsa. And then we got a side of the plantain rice, which I'm also intrigued by. Plantains can go either way for me, so we'll see.
I mean, it's a sweet component to a rice, but the rice is kind of bland actually, so it's not horrible. It needs like, it needs either some acid, maybe a little bit of salt, something. It's just a little bland.
I want to make sure it's got all the components. It's got some spice, that's for sure. Very well cooked. I forgot to include the black beans, which I'm going to add that to my taco. Overall, tender pork, well flavored, very spicy. So if you don't like spicy, I wouldn't do it. Very good.
So we narrowed down the heat to the side of this sauce for the pulled pork tacos. So if you don't want spicy, and it is spicy, maybe go without this. But it's very tender. The pulled pork is excellent. Very good.
This is the Cuatro Leches. So it is it's like a cake that has 4 milks. It was coconut, condensed, evaporated, and whole milk. And then it's topped with like the whipped cream, the toasted coconut, strawberries, and mint. So excited. Very good. Very light and refreshing. So if you want just like an after meal dessert that isn't like super heavy and dense, definitely highly recommend. The different milks in there are just, it really just moistens everything up, and with the toasted coconut on top and the strawberries, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we have made it back from Disney Springs. We stayed a little bit longer than we normally would have so we could do a little bit of work without having to come back here before we went and picked up Jennings at school. So now it's about 3:30. Our lunch reservations were at noon. What did you think?
I really enjoyed Frontera Cocina. It was a hit. I enjoyed most everything that we had.
It was nice that it was National Margarita Day and they did something special for that. I guess let's just start with the theming and ambiance. You walk into this restaurant and you definitely get the Mexican vibes for sure with the tile work on the wall. You can definitely tell that they are about quality, I think.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. They asked if we wanted to sit inside or out. If you ask me that question, I'm always going to choose outside, like hands down.
I mean, if it's nice.
Yeah. So we chose outside. So I would give ambiance a 4 because sitting outside, I may not have ranked it as high if I was sitting inside.
Yeah, I agree. I think ambiance definitely deserves a 4, but part of that is the fact that they have outdoor seating and it was a very, very nice day. If we had sat inside, or if it had been like a rainy day or whatever and we didn't just wanted to sit inside, we didn't want to sit outside, I think it definitely would have dropped. I think that outdoor porch area, especially with those shades that can come down, 4 today, but definitely influenced by that. But that's, that's fair. That's part of the ambiance. Okay, 4 stars for ambiance and theming. I think service was good, not great. I think our waiter was, I don't know if timid is the right word. He wasn't very forthcoming with the story and the food recommendations. We asked them, I asked him for everything. I was like, what do you recommend? And then he would tell us, but he wasn't like,
yeah, whenever you're looking at entrees, you should check out this, or like he didn't just offer that information up.
The fact that, so there was an issue with the guacamole, and there was it ended up being a wrapping of one of the vegetables or something.
Yeah.
It was like this blue wrapping. And he did take that away. They brought us a brand new one. We had already eaten like half of it before we found this blue wrapping. So that was good.
Yeah, they handled that very well. So, I mean, I think a solid 4. Like, they did great. It wasn't bad service. It was good service. There wasn't like the over and above storytelling of the theming or suggestions and that kind of thing.
Right. Okay, so drinks. Man, they did have the National Margarita Day special drink, which was not good. I mean, he pitched it as a special drink, and it was basically a base of like a margarita topped up with some champagne, which must have been cheap on both ends because it tasted more watered down than anything.
Yeah.
And the ice was still in there, like it hadn't melted all the way, so it was either very, very weak. But it was a $7 margarita. I'm gonna say pass on that. If they have any sort of special day margarita for $7, pass on that. But then the actual margaritas were very good, but they're also very pricey. I recommend it, except for the fact that it's $17. I think it's more like a $12 margarita. Just 17 seems pretty high for that margarita.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a double margarita or anything. So I think their margaritas are good, but I'm gonna say they are overpriced for what they are. So I'm gonna rate this a 3.
Yeah, I would agree.
Next is the food, which was quite tasty. We went with his recommendation on everything. So we asked him for a recommendation for an appetizer, entree, and dessert. He recommended the guacamole. I don't know, the guacamole was good, and the topping was just kind of superfluous. For me, it didn't really affect the flavor that much.
I would have liked to have more strawberries, because whenever I did get that strawberry flavor, it was really quite good mixed in with the guacamole. So I enjoyed it, but I just didn't feel like there was enough of it. Then our meal, we got the conchita
The pulled pork tacos. Pulled pork tacos.
Which were really quite good. That habanero salsa is hot.
It only came with 4 tortillas though, 4 little corn tortillas, so that's a problem.
Which makes sense though if you're eating on your own. I feel like that probably would be plenty if you were eating this entree by yourself. But with us sharing, we only each got 2. Now we didn't ask. I don't know if they would have brought us more, but
sure he would have. I don't know if it would have been an additional cost. But even still, like we filled up the tacos.
Yeah.
Even if you're eating it by yourself, if you filled up the tacos, and then the dessert was the cuatro leches. It was quite tasty. It was very refreshing.
Very good.
Light.
Yeah, I very much like that.
So food, I think, we think was better than average, but not excellent. So we rated it a straight up 4.
Yep.
So our overall, the final grade on this thing is 3.75.
Yeah. Which I think is really solid. It's a great restaurant. Lots of really solid choices. I know we've been there before. We've had the carne asada, which is fantastic. I think it is a solid choice for Disney Springs.
I still think the drinks are overpriced, but I think that the food items were priced appropriately and they were very tasty. So 3.75. We will get to all the other table service restaurants in Disney Springs. This probably is not my favorite, but if you're looking for a good place that has chips and dips and you want something that's that Mexican flair, it is a solid option. It's very, very good for what it is.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
All right. You have anything else?
I don't think so.
So we will see you on the next video.